I'm happy to have Gautam here again from Astroscience. He's my astrologer and an astrologer for a lot of my clients and students. Today we're going to talk about fertility. So if you're trying to conceive, or maybe in the future you want to have a baby, or if you support people who are trying to conceive, there's going to be some really great information in this video about what astrology tells us about why it's easy for some people to have babies and why for other people it can be really hard. And I just think that knowing this information has helped me as a holistic practitioner to support my clients in this surrender process. Anyway, I've got questions for you, Gautam, but why don't you introduce yourself to our friends who are watching this video, and then we'll get into some fertility astrology wisdom.
True. So today in this video, we are going to discuss about the fertility in astrology. When we talk about Vedic astrology, that gives very good guidance related to lot of things, lot of major areas of our life, related to our karmic path, related to our career. Vedic astrology also gives excellent guidance in terms of fertility. So when we talk about fertility, there are a lot of things which are involved in it. There are many areas. So fertility in astrology can be seen from some specific planetary energies. So what happens in Vedic astrology is that every planet have their energies which kind of signify something. So for fertility, there are few planetary combinations and energies which are required. Now, the primary question was that some people they are able to conceive very fast and they are able to have babies like at the very early stage of life, and some people they have to really plan, and things doesn't work the way they are trying, and at times the fertility and the having a baby gets delayed a lot in life. So let's throw light on how Vedic astrology can help. Firstly, in Vedic astrology, it all depends upon what is the planet and in what planet is in what zodiac sign, because we have 12 zodiac signs from Aries to Pisces, and these zodiac signs are associated with the Ayurveda, or with the medical astrology of the Vedic sciences. Now, medical astrology is one branch of Vedic science, and when I talk about medical astrology, each and every zodiac sign is linked with some element. Our body is made of 5 elements. We are made up of fire, water, air, earth, and sky. So what we eat is earth element in our body. When we take the sunlight, that's the fire content in our body. What we drink is the water element in our body. What we think is the air element, and our spiritual well-being is more related to the sky element. So our body is made of 5 elements. In fact, the entire existence, the entire life on earth is made up of these 5 elements. So in medical astrology, the element or the tattva becomes very important to understand how the fertility will be. So it is said that the water element is considered to be the best element to quickly conceive and have the best of fertility. So water element zodiac signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So these are the 3 zodiac signs which are like the best for fertility. And whereas the worst, or the least preferred zodiac signs for fertility is the fire element, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Aries and Leo are the one which lack a lot of things when we talk about fertility, and a lot of things in that, because technically, to understand further understand this topic, fertility is associated with a lot of things in our body, and fire, when the fire content in our body is more, that kind of burns a lot of things related to fertility. whether it is the sperm count in the male's body, or ovaries in the female's body, or any kind of gynecological issues like UTI or PCOD. Or there are a lot of areas in the medical astrology scope. So the fire element kind of brings a lot of problem, that kind of burns a lot of thing, whereas the water element really supports and really helps. So it is very important to understand, when I see a chart, I have to first see what element or what tattva the planet is, and based on that we can really help others to give guidance. Now I have a lot of clients who had this fertility issues, and based on the Vedic astrology, I was really able to give them a true guidance and help them out with the fact that, for example, if person has a lot of fire element in the body, then the person should eat, change the diet, have a good diet management, and try to eat like cold things like cucumber or curd, or fruits and salad, and should really avoid junk food, oily and spicy, because the more you eat spicy food, the more your fire content increases in body. So
You
spicy
can't
is not good.
grow you can't grow anything in a desert, but a rainforest is so lush and fertile. There's so much growing. That's what I hear you saying. But you're not talking about their sun sign, right? So when you talk about their sign, what planets is it that you're looking at? Because obviously, all people with the sun signs and the fire elements don't have infertility issues. So how does that work?
So sun signs and Western astrology, zodiac signs is something which I'm not, considering. In the scope of Vedic astrology or medical astrology, I have to literally see what is the planet, what is the nakshatra, and in which zodiac sign the planet is, along with other conjunctions and other planetary energies. So it is, we are not referring to like, if I when I say Aries and Leo is the fire element zodiac sign and they have the least fertility, so that doesn't mean that if you're born in the month of April or in the month of August, then you will have less fertility. No, it is not like that. What
Right.
I meant to say was that in the chart, in your horoscope birth chart, if the planet of your fertility, now we can, a person can have any planet out of 9 planets. The fertility planet can be anything. It can be Saturn, it can be Jupiter, it can be Moon, it can be any particular planet. And if that planet is degreically aligned with the fire element zodiac sign in your chart, then is when I mean to say that the fertility will be bit less. Otherwise, it's absolutely okay. It will be absolutely good.
How do you know which planet is the fertility planet?
So the again, now as I said, the water element zodiac signs are the best for fertility. Every planet has elements and involved in it. Now the water element planet, which is the planet Moon, is the most fertile. Moon is the most
So
fertile
we're
planet,
looking
and
at a
perhaps your studio name, your brand name is also by the Moon.
That's right. And so are we looking at a specific house in the chart? Is that what you're talking about? And then where the
Exactly.
what planets are in that house?
Yeah, so in the horoscope chart, the fifth house is associated with progeny and the pregnancy and fertility. So if the combination of water element plus moon plus the fifth house, if that's the permutation and combination, then that is like very promising
Okay.
combination, I must say.
Okay. I think that this would help a lot of people who I've supported have a better understanding, because one of the things that's really hard about infertility is the it's not fair feeling, because we see people who get pregnant easily, and it's easy to be jealous. And sometimes people say, like, why me? Like, I'm doing everything right. I'm eating all of the right things, or, I'm trying to live a healthy lifestyle, and somebody else can be really abusive to their body and their health, and they conceive with ease, and they wonder why it doesn't feel fair. And I think that astrology helps us to understand that everybody, I believe, and you can speak to this better, I believe that everybody has something in their life that is hard and some things in their life that go well or are easier, and that's just our own specific karma to work through. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that's really fantastic saying that Vedic astrology kind of really sets the pattern of a lot of areas of life, and it also kind of decides. I mean, your birth chart, your planetary energies will decide how the overall fertility will be, and not even fertility. Even once you have the baby in your life, how will be your relationship with your baby? How compatible with will the baby be with you, or baby's father, or baby's family overall? So astrology kind of gives the 360-degree guidance related to a lot of things.
Nice. So how do you help people when you see their chart and they want to have a baby and they're having a hard time? Number one, do you think you should see both her chart and his chart? If it's a heterosexual couple, do you want to see both of them? And based on the information that you see in one chart or both charts, because sometimes you're only going to see one, how can you help them?
Certainly. For this matter, I have to check both the chart, because both the energies are kind of really very important for conceiving, and even for the fertility. So the steps are, and this is a bit technical, that we have to check three planets from the male's birth chart and three planets from the female's chart, and do a calculation of it, one certain mathematical calculation. And based on that calculation, we can understand that where exactly the problem is. Is the problem in male's chart? Like, is the problem in male's body? I mean, is there any sperm count is less, or is there any dysfunction related to anything, or whether the problem is in female's chart? Okay, so we can kind of I can really understand where the problem lies in, and based on that, I can really suggest, okay, if that's the problem, and that can be the solution. Secondly, the second step is diet management. We can kind of help with some kind of herbal, or some kind of vegan, or some kind of vegetarian diet, which can Ayurvedic diet, which can really help in increasing the fertility rate. So these are two aspects which I kind of really check in both the charts, because both the charts are kind of very important.
And sometimes you'll tell them that they might need medical help, right? Because it's not, sometimes you might give natural or holistic suggestions, but then there are times where you can actually see in their chart that medical intervention is needed.
Certainly, because when we see both the charts, and if something is not good, or something is not working in the way it should work in one's chart, then I have to recommend that, okay, go for some medical attention. Try to get yourself checked with some specialist, gynecologist, or some specialist, and then see, then you can decide. Okay, because that is also very important to understand that. And Vedic astrology also focuses, and it gives you guidance related to how will be the overall 9 months of pregnancy, how will be overall, the overall pregnancy will be. So will there be any kind of unfortunate problem? Because we have 9 planets, and all the 9 planets are not favorable for fertility and pregnancy. We have like 4 to 5 planets which are like very good, and we have 2 to 3 planets, like we have South Node, Saturn, and North Node. These are like the negative planets, and when, unfortunately, if those negative planets come along with the fertility planet, then that doesn't give good results. That leads into miscarriage, or that leads into abortion, or any kind of unfortunate major problems related to fertility. So it's very important. I feel that it's very important to understand these areas and get guidance through Vedic astrology too.
Okay, I think this was really helpful. So I'll link Astroscience and access to Gautam on By the Moon's website, and you can also find him. Astroscience 2015, I think, is your Instagram handle.
That's
Um,
right.
and I'll put your YouTube channel link in the description of this video as well. Thank you so much, Gautam. I think this was so interesting, and I know that our clients and By the Moon's Holistic Reproductive Practitioner students will find your information very helpful.